Hey everybody, welcome back to another Roundtable Clash of Clans video with the Lzuruha Clash of Clans clan. I am Carnage64, by myself again today. We're going to bring to you guys a very close war. This is probably the closest we've ever been in a war. We won by 1.04%, 71 to 71. It was a big war with all of our top people, so our top 4, which are all the max town halls, which I believe is now 12, and then, you know, the added effect of some of our other guys going up to town hall 10s and things of that nature. So it's been fun doing more high level wars recently, but this one was extremely close. So being that it was very close, the only things we're really going to look at as far as relevancy is probably the top 4, top 5 on each team. So let's just jump right on in and take a look at some of our attacks. So as you can see, we left 1, 2, 3, 4 stars. I left a star here with a 97% and a star here with an 80%. So, you know, I did not 3 stars, so I'm very glad that we were able to finish off this war. Whereas our top 4 also held, and you know, my base did do a 98%, so you know, it was very close. That's how close it was. There was a 98% on one side and a 97% on the other side. That any one of those got the extra star would have won. So with that being said, we'll take a look at some of the attacks to start with. So let's jump into my failed 97% hit first. So let's take a look. That's not really a bad hit, but could have definitely done better. The base was really awkward for me, so my thought process was to kind of go into the Eagle Artillery with the siege unit. And it's so far working out exactly like I thought. And there's going to be something that in hindsight I should have done when I thought about. I really should have waited and let the Eagle Artillery not activate yet. And around here, I could have maybe used a freeze instead of a poison or an extra rage, because this rage didn't do anything. And or at least let the giants out of my siege machine, because there's no way they're going up the middle there. And then my giants become useless because they're just going to become fodder for the CC unit. So I didn't really anticipate the way that base layout would go, or else I would have definitely got the 3-star, I think. So, you know, that was an interesting base, and I kind of played into, I think, the what it wanted me to do, unfortunately. So we'll just speed up a little bit, and you guys can kind of see I get very close. I was forced to pop my Archer Queen move a little early here because out of all that clump of bowlers, witches, skellies, and all that, she got focused by the Inferno Tower. You know, it is what it is. So if I was able to hold on to that Archer Queen ability, maybe would have 3-starred, but you know, it wasn't a great hit to begin with. We don't need to look into my hit on number 4. Let's take a look at Jarrett's hit, our number 1 on their number 3. Let's take a gander and see what he did there. So he's using Electro Dragons with balloons, and then of course almost a max level queen. This is just a really imposing army, so let's see how this hit went. So essentially going for, like, at this time we did not know how close the numbers were going to be, and as you can see, all their bases have this same kind of weird box layout. It's definitely a different type of layout that I haven't gone through before. I don't know if Jared has either, but yeah, very different. So going for the safe hit on the town hall at least. But then, you know, the Electro Dragons inside the opponent's clan castle is not that bad of a strategy. It seems to be working pretty well for them. But I do think Electro Dragons are very awesome. It's just, you know, you got to go with the RNG of dragons because they're not the most predictable of unit on where they go. So as you can see, this gets very close. Like these Electro Dragons are just really low. And it was kind of hard to see what happened to his Archer Queen here. Might have gotten hit by the balloons of the enemy. I don't know. Oh, actually, never mind. His Archer Queen's still up right here. I thought that was his that got taken out there. I just didn't see the... they're all grayed out just from the get-go, so in spectator, so threw me for a little loop. So yeah, as you can see, very, very solid hit, very awkward base layout, so... but very high 2-star, so definitely put us in a good position. And then I guess we'll look at the last hit. Actually, no, we're not gonna. Yeah, let's look at the last hit, and then we'll look at Dizzy's hit on number 2 that gave us that 3-star, that very important 3-star in the top. So let's go jump into that. All right, so again, using Electro Dragons here with the balloons and going for the safe 2-star. So making sure he gets this Town Hall with his attack. It is kind of awkward. I'm sure that Ram's sitting there going like, huh, I didn't really have to go that far. It is too bad that those, oh, you know what? That is a good thing to observe that I just noticed, because I was going to say the opposite. But because the Town Halls in Town Hall 12 are now Giga Towers and have that ability, they are now considered defensive structures. So the balloons don't ignore the Town Hall anymore. They went right for that Town Hall, which was nice. Alright, so then just getting as much as he can. I think everything, the problem with these kind of Dragon Hits too is that a lot of things get lost in the jumble. So it's kind of hard to keep track of what's going on all the time. But still, it did the job we needed to do. I don't think Jarrett was happy with the hit, if I recall. He was kind of upset. I think, yeah, if he didn't even let it finish. He just kind of like, I'm done. So, you know. But still, solid 2-star that we needed. So then we'll look at the last hit, which was Dizzy's hit on their number 2, with the 3-star that basically gave us that 1-star advantage in the top 4. So let's take a look at. So again, she's using the Electro Dragons too. Now we have a nickname for Dizzy on the team. She's the Dragon Queen. So you know, it's not surprising. Now this entire team used the same kind of base defense. This square, really weird square boxes. So I don't think I'm the only one who was thrown for a little bit of a loop for how these went, but it does look like that Dizzy had the best idea of what to do here. So she's, instead of the poison, decided I'm going to just use freeze potions on these CC units to get rid of them, and got rid of them all very easily, so that was good. Then she's got 2 freezes left for the Eagle Artillery and that anti-air, should she decide that that is the course of action, as those the anti-airs do a lot of damage, and so does that Eagle Artillery. Yep, choosing to do it on the Eagle Artillery and hoping to get rid of that Eagle Artillery with that 1 dragon. So that's good. Archer Queen's coming up. Now, look at this. It looks like the Archer Queen should be able to just shoot that Eagle Artillery, doesn't it? Like, man, that range right there. But the good thing about the angle that she hit with is that all this was pretty much all the defensive structures. If you look, it's all resources, a mortar, 1 Tesla, an Inferno Tower, and an Archer Tower. There's nothing left to defend here. So it's just a matter of cleanup. So we'll fast forward through the cleanup a bit. And there you go. So that gave us a nice lead. Alright, so then the last thing we'll go over will be the defenses that we had to achieve the win. I don't need to go over my defense. It literally was the guy ran out of time. He did an Archer Queen walk, ran out of time at the very end, not a big deal, but it did, you know, make it so we didn't get a 3-star in our top 4, which was nice. So we're going to jump in and just go down the line of all the defenses. So we'll look at Miss Fortier's defense on number 2. And, you know, as you can see, there's a pattern, dragons. Now, these guys are doing a little different. 7 dragons and 14 balloons rather than 8 and 8. So let's take a look at how this looks. Choosing to lead with the siege. Not a bad idea because there's that air cannon that's going to get immediately taken out before it can do really any damage. He did drop that Electro Dragon a little early. It took a couple pot shots. We'll see if that made any play. Does have 3 free spells for the Eagle Artillery or the CC units, whatever he's deciding. Now, the problem, I think, with his strategy is that his siege machine didn't get to the point where it's going to hit this Giga Tower or the Town Hall. So we lost all the units from the siege machine before they made it in. So we still got the Inferno Towers up, Eagle Artillery still going ham, the Expos are still going ham, and he's not freezing them. So it's doing a lot of damage before any of this is going down. So now the Town Hall is taking out the rest of the balloons, and this Town Hall is going to barely get taken out here, yep. So, very solid defense, almost a 1-star defense to be honest. Just barely was able to sneak in there, but good defense by Miss Fortier there. Okay, so then we'll just go up, you know, again, and so their number 1 hit me, and their number 1 hit our number 6, so probably not thought of to be their best attacker was their number 1, so their 2 and 3 are probably their better attackers, so we'll see how the defense looked for number 3. I think they all use Electro Dragons, but as I say that, this person's got Witch Bowler with a Queen Walk, so here we go. This is the same hit that I got hit with that ran out of time. So that was good. One of those healers was taken out early. So that's going to kind of cause a problem when you get deeper into the defenses. And I do think that these air defenses are going to be very close to hitting those in a moment. They're going to just kind of, there they are. So those are going to go down. So this person did not plan out that very well. They lost 1, okay, only 1 to it, but was forced to use the Warden ability. Maybe a little early, maybe not, but as you can see, now everything's getting pummeled still by the Eagle Artillery. Decided not to get freeze potions. So took a full 3-4 volleys from the Eagle Artillery, and you know, just very punishing when that happens. You know, you want to try to diminish the amount of hits from that Eagle Artillery, and then now this air defense is going to take out the rest of the healers. So now this army, well, these healers are on a time clock, and Archer Queen's already taken out by a level 56 Archer Queen on defense, so you know, that one's always going to win the fight. And then just sending an archer and a minion and a baby dragon for leftovers. So nothing major, it's just more leftovers, and we don't need to watch a minute of the leftovers, but good defense of the attack. And then to close out our video of our very close war, 71 to 71, we'll look at Jarrett's defense, our number 1's defense, of the same attack. It's the same exact attack, except P.E.K.K.A.s. I don't remember seeing P.E.K.K.A.s in the last one. Yeah, this is bowlers and P.E.K.K.A.s rather than witches. So I guess he didn't like how the witches turned out. So let's take a look and see here. So just a standard Queen Walk to begin with. Now the thing is, with the Queen Walk, it's still slow. You still need to be able to finish it out. That's why I was able to hold the 2-star, because the guy ran out of time. He just used up all his time, and it takes a really good knowledge of the timing and a little bit of luck too. But, you know, if you're running out of time, then that's a problem. Now sends the baby dragon out, and those traps took it out. So probably not what he intended. Not quite sure what the baby dragon was going to be there for. Maybe to take out these ground shooting things and not have to use a rage, most likely, I would wager. But he does have to use the rage. He did have to drop another. Oh, those are great traps. So as you can see, his base was set up like, come on, please do a queen walk in this spot right here. I want you to. So he literally lost 2 healers to those mines, and now he had to use another rage potion and the queen ability just to keep it alive on fumes here. And now it's already targeted by the Inferno Tower, so Archer Queen's dead. Archer Queen is gone, so that's the big brunt of this attack already out of the way. And then 2 dragons in defense, very, very strong. Even with their poison, their 2 volleys will work. I think they got their volleys off before that Warden ability, kind of a mistake on the attacker's part. And the other mistake is he has nothing to eliminate those. There's the baby dragon now. Baby dragon came at the last minute, but his Archer Queen was dead, so those dragons, even though they were poisoned, had free reign for a long while. And then now, since there's only 1 healer up here, the Eagle Artillery is not going to get taken out. It's just a matter of time before this fight is over. This attack is finished, so. And then again, he sends in the Archer and the minion to clean up ground units. So, I mean, if it was even closer of a war, this little play, this little trick to get a couple extra percentage points at the end might have made a difference. But it still was not quite enough for them. So it was a really fun war for us. On the next war, I'll definitely showcase some of the lower hits, but they were kind of one-sided hits, and this war was pretty much the top 4, top 5. It was really just came down to that, because all the rest of the hits were pretty farm, pretty easy. So it wasn't a big deal. So that's going to do it for this clan war in Clash of Clans. Remember, if any of you guys are interested in joining our clan, we're still looking for people in both Clash Royale and Clash of Clans. You can go to our Discord at discord.gg/LZH. You can go to our website at milezh.net or follow us on any of our social medias at Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Leave comments. Let me know if you guys want to see anything in particular, or if you got any criticism or you know, constructive criticism, hopefully, of my casting and my choices of town halls to look at. If you guys want to see certain town hall levels, let me know, but I do find that the top level stuff to be the most interesting. So with that being said, this has been another edition of the Roundtable. I am Carnage64 for the Lzuruha clan, and I hope to see you guys next time.